everybody. Welcome to another episode of First and 10. I am one of your hosts, Ember Blackwood, and I've got Miss Allie Darkwood next to me, my co-host.
Hello.
And we have a pretty awesome show in store for you guys tonight. We've got one of our cheerleaders, Ivy, and one of our football players, who is also the owner of the Aliens, Bane Blackwood, aka my other half. So we're pretty excited for everything we've got in store for you tonight. Before we kick things off and start the interviews, I'm going to take a minute tonight to go ahead and talk sponsorships. We were really hoping at some point to get some of our sponsors on the show, but some of them are a little shy and don't want to get behind the camera necessarily. So I wanted to just talk about some of the really great sponsors that we have this season. So first of all, for any viewers out there, if you own a business in SL, and it can be anything, it can be a photography studio, a store, a role-playing sim, anything that has to do with SL. If you have any kind of brand, you can contact me. I am our sales and marketing director for the GFL. What our whole goal is to essentially broaden our reach in SL, and we want to do that by pairing up with amazing creators to help get some cross promotion going. So if anyone who is not already a sponsor for us is interested, please contact me for that. I'm obviously not going to go down the list of all the sponsors we have, but I just wanted to talk about a few, and I'm probably going to start doing this throughout each show, just because I do really want to promote more than the couple little 10 seconds that we give each sponsor during game nights. So today I'm going to talk about three in particular, and those three are going to be the Boardwalk, Key West Country, and Ladybird. So the Boardwalk is a really incredible sponsor. Reason being, they give us a really incredible spot for the cheerleaders to perform the halftime shows. And they offer a lot in terms of entertainment. So I'm not going to read the blurbs that we read during games because those are submitted to us by our sponsors. I want to be real with everyone and kind of let you know a little bit about the brand. So one of our cheerleaders, Robbie, is one of the CEOs for the Boardwalk, and he is an incredible person. And he and Chad, Allie, Chad's your dad, right?
Yes, he is. Chad's my dad and Robbie's my brother.
So it's all in the family, and it's all a lot of fun. And they are some of the most friendly, sociable, wonderful, accepting people. So already right there, it's a reason to support that particular sim. They have a lot of shopping options there. They have a show. It's called Chit Chat with Chad. So if you haven't checked that out, you absolutely need to. It is LGBTQ friendly, super inclusive. We were just there the other night at an event this weekend, and we had a blast. And then obviously, like I said, they also host our GFL watch parties. So that's definitely a place that you need to check out if you've never been before. And again, that's called the Boardwalk. The next sponsor that I want to talk about is Key West Country. And so that's obviously going to be a club. Now, I know a lot of people, myself and Allie included, are not the biggest country fans ever on the planet. If you are,
that would be an understatement where I'm concerned, let me tell you.
Yeah, so
but they play rock as well. They play rock as well.
They do. So they play classic and soft rock, I believe, is kind of what they specialize in. But in addition to that, they have a really cool venue. It
They
is a
really
lot
do,
of
though.
fun. Yeah, it's really cool. We got to perform there last season, and I had never been there before, and I was really impressed. Also, their staff is super friendly, so they will definitely make you feel like part of the family if you go. So, highly recommend. And then the last sponsor that I want to talk about is Ladybird. And Ladybird is new to sponsoring GFL. And I was really excited to partner with Moth. Moth is the owner of Ladybird. She is extremely creative. She partners with a lot of different brands. She does a lot of collaboration. She's also like a blogger manager and a CSR for like some really big brands as far as like female shopping goes in Second Life. And she is one of the nicest people that I've ever talked to. She creates a whole bunch of stuff. Like literally, if you want it, she creates it. She's done nails, she's done cosmetics, she's done tattoos, she's made really cute accessories. She just kind of like she does everything, and it's not only for female avatars. Although, as a female, I just tend to tunnel vision into that.
Of course, that's what we do.
Yeah, but she is extremely talented, and she's at just about every event that you can imagine. You'll usually see her there, with a couple of our other sponsors, in fact, with Ho and with Perky. Um, and I'll talk about them on another episode, but she's pretty much everywhere. So definitely a store for you to check out, whether you're male or female, if you're looking for some cute accessories or cosmetics or tattoos. I highly recommend. So I just wanted to kind of start shouting some of our sponsors out because they are much, much more than these 10-second blurbs. And I have worked really hard to try to have some sort of relationship with each of these owners because as the marketing director, I really want everyone sponsoring the GFL to understand why they should be sponsoring the GFL, why it's such a cool community to be a part of. And obviously, for anyone viewing or taking part in what we're doing this season, it's important for me to make sure that you all know a little bit more about them too, because they're more than just their brands, they're people, and they're really, really awesome people. And I'm excited to promote them. So I'm gonna shut up now, though, and
What?
without further ado, we're gonna get to Ivy, one of our amazing cheerleaders. And Allie, I'm gonna let you
Yay!
start so I can shut the hell up now.
Well, Ivy, welcome, welcome. Ivy is actually a cheerleader and my granddaughter. Yes, I know I don't look old enough to have grandchildren, but it's
It's
cool, right?
true.
It's SL.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for being
Hello.
on today. How are
You're
you?
welcome. I am good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm excited. I love doing these shows. So let's just jump right in. How in the world? I think I know the answer. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but let's tell the viewers how you found out about the GFL.
Okay. How did I find out about GFL? I mean, I could give you a short answer, but I could also give you a long answer. So really, I
Long answer,
technically
yeah.
found out about the GFL from my mama,
Mhm.
Danny. So I found out about the GFL from her, but I wasn't too sure what it was at first. So I would ask her a few things, and it was always just nonchalant. And of course, my mother being scatterbrained, I love her so much, she would never answer me what it was.
Oh no!
Until one day I sat her down and I was like, listen, what is this? What is this thing that you keep talking about and doing? And then one day, I don't even think Was it? Yeah, no, one day I just kind of forced her to TP me, and that's how it happened. That's how I found out about the GFL. But I
Yes.
didn't
And
quite
then,
join then.
right, I know you didn't join right away.
Mm-mm.
I think the first time you were around, was it cheer camp? Was the
It was
first
cheer
real time?
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened at cheer camp was, I think I was voluntold to do something once, and then I just kind of stayed. I never left since then. You know, you guys needed help, and I said, sign me up, Buttercup. I'm here.
I was wondering about that because I remember being at cheer camp and seeing you and thinking, like, am I just stupid? Like, who is this person? I thought I knew everybody in cheer. I was really confused. I was excited because you were so sweet and we were all having so much fun with the kiddos. But I was like, literally, who is this person?
A
It literally
stranger.
took me,
That
I
too.
think, 2 weeks. Like, we were into the second week of cheer camp before I like made the connection as to
Yeah.
whose child you were, who you belonged to, and what you were doing here.
What I was
And I
doing
mean that in the
there.
nicest
Yeah.
way possible. But
No,
I
no,
was just
no.
like, who is she?
I was asking myself what I was doing there too, but you know, that's how it happened. And then I was made an honorary cheerleader, even though I wasn't quite cheering yet. And then one day I just
Right.
decided, fine, let's do it. And I did it. And now I'm here. Voila.
And you know, I'm really excited about the fact that she is one of the ones that we have added that knows how to make routines. So she's one of the people that relieves me from all that duty. I love it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I said duty.
You
Duty.
did.
Oh no.
And her routines are pretty bomb. I love them from what I've seen so far. And so yeah, just like with Ginger, who we had on last week, Ivy is super talented. And now that I have started delving into the world of creating some routines, I can tell you it is not for the faint of heart and not, but
No.
it is fun though. I am addicted now.
It is addictive. It is because you just feel so accomplished when you get one done. It's like, yes,
Yeah. It's a lot of work though, but it's fun.
definitely.
I love it.
Definitely.
What is your process behind choosing a song to do? Because obviously I've seen the most recent one that we all did together the other night.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that song come about? Like how do you make your choice?
Honestly, okay, so something about me is I cannot usually go a minute without listening to music. And
Yes.
Gigi can say this is true. My mother can. Everybody that's around me knows. Even if I'm talking to you, usually, I will be listening to music. And a lot of the time, what happens is I'll play something and I'll just be sitting here working or whatever, and I'll just either a song will start, it won't be background noise anymore. It'll just kind of like stick out from all the other songs. And then that's usually how I choose a song for a dance. It's really bizarre. It's a very bizarre process, but it just happens.
I don't think
As
that's
weird as
all
it
that
is.
bizarre. I think
I
that
think
sounds
that's pretty normal, actually.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I think
I
it's
don't
a cool
go,
process too.
yeah. I don't go out looking for a specific song because then I won't find anything that I really like.
Oh God, yeah, that's the case for me
No.
sometimes too. I get it. I try to go look and I'm like, not finding anything I like. And then
Yeah.
I'll come across something accidentally.
Yeah. That's how most of my, and it's always something that I like listening to. And you have to
Yeah.
like listening to it because if you don't, it's just not going to work. And also the fact that you have to listen to it about 200 times.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
So you better like your song because if you don't, you're just going to put yourself through torture and that's no fun.
Trust me,
Yeah,
when
I
I
feel
was
like
having
I'm
to make the country routines, I was just
oh
like,
no.
God bless America. This is gonna drive me insane. But you know what? I made it through it. I did. I came out the other side. So,
You did.
I
You did it.
survived it. I'm a survivor.
Proud of you.
You did it.
So proud. I feel like I'm on the inside now that I'm like creating routines, because now I understand what you guys are talking about. And it was like
Right,
that
right.
for me this weekend when I created my first one, because I was
Mhm.
like, holy crap, I love this song, and yet I never want to hear it ever again because I had to
Yep.
play it so
Yep.
many times. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that could be issues too.
So-
I've gone so many times where I've used a song that I love, but then I can't listen to it for about a whole month because I've
Right.
replayed it so often.
Exactly.
It's
I
good.
get it.
It's fun. It's a lot of work, but I love it.
Well, I'm glad that you love it. I'm glad that it keeps you, occupied, keeps you coming back. And I'm not going to lie, selfishly, I'm glad that you're helping me out.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've got to know, because I know that you're not from an area that normally is known for loving football. But do you like football in real life at all? Do you watch it? American football?
Gigi, you know,
Yes.
when somebody mentions sports to me, you know what my answer is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do, but go ahead.
Go sports, ye team. Win the whatever.
Score the points. Yay.
Score the points. Go. No, it's really bizarre. Honestly, sports are really a big thing here where I live. I live in Canada, by the way. It's not, it's just, honestly, it's just me.
Really?
I have like my family is obsessed with sports. I'm the little black duckling that sits in the corner. And literally, when we have stuff for the Super Bowl, I'm like, it's snack day. What else do you want? That's all it is. It's snack day. It's not
I love
anything
it.
else for me. It's just snack day.
I think you and Ember are soulmates where that's concerned, because she's
Yeah.
not a sports person either.
No, not sports. Not sporty. I
I am a
try.
sports person for one sport only, and since it is not football, we're not going to talk about it. But yeah,
That is perfectly fine.
when it comes to sports, I'm usually like, yeah, score the points, do the things. Good job.
You did this.
Yeah.
Work
I think
hard.
I love you guys are just like, yay, sports. It's like
Yeah.
not even a specific sport.
No,
Well,
just
Just yay,
sports.
sports.
The funny part is that I'm super into like,
Smart of me.
I was gonna say, where did she go?
You know what?
You're having a moment. It's
This is
okay.
SL. Just expect the unexpected. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
There you
We're
go.
good.
We made it. We good. We're good.
We're good. I know. I just threw the whole thing off right there.
No,
Sorry.
you're fine. You're fine. We got to see how cute your outfit is, and like honestly, we're good. So, but I think for me, it's like I get really excited about hyping up sports. Like I love cheerleading. I love getting all sorts of excited. The sport itself, sometimes I don't really understand what I'm looking at. And if someone tells me, like, oh, XYZ happened, I'll be like, woo, super excited, good job. And I'll cheer and I'll like do, the Arsenio Hall, like, whoop, whoop. I will get as excited as you want me to get, but only if I understand what the frick frack I'm looking at. And usually I don't.
Usually, yeah, me neither. The thing that I do
to blame
too.
it on my ADHD, because I like to say that I'm just easily distracted, and so from one second to the next, I've already thought 30 different things, and I've played some different scenarios that may or may not have anything to do with what I'm actually watching. Kind of like
Mhm.
when you're reading a book and you read the same sentence like 6 times and then you're like, I didn't even read
I still don't
the
know what it
actual
says.
sentence.
Yeah, I do
That's
that.
how I feel when I'm watching football. So
Really? So
yeah.
let me ask this of both of you then. I've got to ask this. Has SL football interested you any at all? And the follow-up to that being, would it change your views on watching football in real life?
Well, no. Um,
I mean, you just got to give the answer that's right. Yeah. So if it's no,
not
it's no.
gonna
I'm
lie
just
and say
curious.
yes.
Yeah.
No, and the reason being is because when I watch SL football, I have no idea what in the world is going on. Literally, no idea. I'm sure I could ask a few people and they could explain it to me. And like Ember says, I'll say, that's fun, great, woo, go, whatever. But you ask me again 5 minutes later what happened, and I won't be able to say anything because I don't remember.
That's fair.
It is
You know?
fair. It
That
is.
is fair. For me, I would it's like a twofold answer. I think the only reason that I have any desire to like understand football better is because that I am American and so it is such a huge part of American culture
Yes.
that I feel like it's almost it's like a weird patriotism thing. It feels like I'm very un-American by not following football or by not caring about football or not having a favorite team or a favorite player or even sometimes knowing who they are. Like my 19-year-old nephew tries to talk to me about football and I have no idea who he's talking about and he thinks I'm crazy for not knowing. So for the social aspect and the cultural aspect, I would like to know more about football, but am I actually interested as a sport? Not really.
Kind of agree with
That's
that
fair.
too.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, to be fair, I was raised in a household there were no boys. So my dad raised my sister and I to watch football. And we watched college football, specifically OU, again, Boomer Sooner. But I am a big fan of football. I will watch pretty much any football game that's on. It doesn't matter who's playing. I love it. But yeah, so I mean, I was interested in this because I thought, oh, cheer, yeah, I used to do that back in the day in real life, and this is fun, and I love football, so why not? And it's been an interesting experience. I'll say that for sure. Um, Getting to know all the people in the community and learning a little bit of how the football system works, which does make me think about the surprise that we're going to have for our guests, hopefully in a couple of weeks. I hope you're all going to tune in for that. I hope you tune in every week, but in a couple of weeks, we are going to be doing an um, on location shoot, and I'll take it that far and leave it there. But there will be a bit of a surprise, a surprise show that will be very entertaining at the least. I want to tune in for it. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
definitely.
you'll laugh a lot, I guarantee. But anyways, getting back to our guest here now. So Ivy, I'm just completely going in another direction now, but I did
Mhm.
notice that you have a board up at the date
Oh,
auction.
yes, I
Yes.
do.
So, if anybody is seeing Miss Ivy right now and thinking, gosh, I would love the chance to get to know her, if you want to go bid on her, she is up for auction along with many football players and cheerleaders. Trust me, she is a blast to be around. So, if you want a couple hours of her time, go make that little bid and see if you can come out the winner on that.
I will say though, be forewarned, my sister, love her heart, she's not here. She has it in her brain that she's gonna win me no matter what because she needs to take me on a date.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. There's could be competition.
Oh
I
boy.
mean, I bid on her, but I got outbid, so it's, I said, well, it got too rich for my blood, so but yeah, no, if you are interested in bidding on anyone, that is still up. I believe there are 4 more days left.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
get your booties over there. There are a whole variety of people up. There's people that aren't even in the GFL that are there's a couple of people that are just like sponsors that put themselves up their selves. I don't know. I don't know. Grammar's hard for me right now,
It's not
and that's
important
really
right now.
weird. Right.
It's
Right. The
okay.
important thing is go bid on them and get your date. Um but yeah, just a reminder about that. I thought I'd slip that in. So yeah, Ember, what else do you want to ask Ivy?
So, I would like to ask you, what is your favorite part about cheer? Because now we've heard how you like to choreograph routines. We've heard about what got you into cheer, but I would like to know what it is about cheer that you love so much.
Honestly, it's probably the fact that it gets me out doing something. It
Oh, that's
forces me because we know that I used to do dances, but I stopped for a long time and it got me back into making choreographies and stuff for cheer, but it's also the fact that I get to meet awesome people like Ember and Bane and everybody else, and it just gets me out, as weird as that sounds, but it gets me doing stuff and hanging out with people that I necessarily wouldn't always hang out with.
It does
I
not
just
sound
love
weird at
that.
all because I was the same way. I was such a platform dweller until I
Yeah.
started cheer, and I don't have an SL family really that I do stuff with. So if Bane didn't log in, I was just kind of like, well, I guess I'll shop. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Definitely love my platforms, but it got me out and doing stuff. And it's fun. If anybody's thinking about it, I really recommend it, really. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, this is another opportunity to throw a plug out. If you're interested in cheering, you can contact
yes,
myself or Ember.
yep,
And also, if you're interested in playing football or even just learning how to play, trust when I say there are many, many people in this league that would be willing to work with you and teach you how to play, teach you how the system works. And if you're experienced in it and you'd like to play, reach out. You can even reach out to Ember and myself, or
yep.
to Psych Troglodyte. He is our commissioner. And we'll get you hooked up with whoever we need to hook you up with so that you can learn the ropes.
Yeah, yep.
There are
And
teams right now that are still accepting people, so you are not too late to
exactly,
get in this season.
you're not. But if you decide that you just aren't ready to dive in this season and you want to hold off until the next season, just know that because we are trying to grow the league, there is so much room for new players. We want new players. If you are not part of this community yet, we want you here. Sincerely, we want to grow this community. So, like, please don't feel like you're gonna feel like an outsider or not know how to do everything. We've got a lot of veterans, yes, but we get new players all the time, and most of our community is friendly enough to teach you everything that you need to know. And if they're not friendly, then you tell Allie and me, and we'll kick some butts. So either way,
Exactly,
it's a
right?
win-win.
Right? I mean, I'm not above it. I will kick butt. It's fine.
Yep, yep,
But in all reality, most everyone is very welcoming and they're very willing to teach new people. So I know there's several players that have said anyone new, they are more than willing to take the time, spend it with them, and teach them. So it's a good community. So if you're thinking about it at all, reach out. Let's talk.
And there's
So
always room for more cheerleaders. Like, we will never say no. We'll never. Cheerleaders are going to take over the planet. So
right, pretty much.
yeah. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate. Like, reach out to us. We just want to have a good time, and we keep it really lighthearted and as fun as humanly possible. So don't hesitate to contact us if you're interested.
Absolutely. Well, I think we can wrap it up with Miss Ivy here and say thank you for taking the time to come to talk to us. We
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Yes, thank you so much.
We appreciate you so much, and we will see you tomorrow night at cheer practice, because that's what we do.
That is what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon, Ivy.
Goodbye.
Bye. All right, Ember. So this next guest, I think I will have to handle most of the questioning here because, well, you'll see who it is. Miss Ember probably knows just about everything about him, so
It's true.
I will ask the questions mostly. Uh, so our next very reluctant guest, I will mention, is Bane Blackwood. He's the owner of the GFL Aliens, our cameraman for this show, and oftentimes a streamer and cameraman for games as well as commentator. I don't know what else I can say to hype you up. Bane, welcome.
How's it going? Appreciate the warm welcome.
It's great. How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad, not too bad.
All right, well, good. Good to hear. Good to hear. I know that you were held at gunpoint and forced to come on the show, so I appreciate the cooperation. I should probably give the audience a little context on that. So I just wrote him and said, "So you're going to be on the show? Okay, thanks, bye." And he tried to argue, and I didn't accept it. So
Yep.
he's
And then
here.
I came home, and he cooked chicken for me for dinner. And as he put it into my hand, I said, "You don't really have a choice. So thank you."
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for being so cooperative. He's very interesting despite what he thinks. So, but we're glad that you're here. So, I'm just going to start off with, one of the questions that we ask everybody. How did you find out about SL football? And I'll say also, like, when, and so how long have you been doing this?
I don't really know how long I've been doing this. I know when I started. I was I was standing around in the Gore Hub one day when a ominous figure approached me by the name of Baldev and asked me if I had a good gaming computer, and then dragged me into football. I quickly found out that that was maybe not the best team for me, and I think I'm pretty sure I got my contract paid out at the time and was bought by Jasmine, but I think back then they weren't the Wildcats, they were the Cobras. Finished my season with the Cobras, and then was immediately offered a spot with what became the Mystic Bills next season, and from there I've kind of been playing on and off in the league for a couple different teams, trying to keep a low profile.
Low profile.
Under
That doesn't describe you.
under this name, and also under my my former football account, which was Kovu Warden. way back when.
Right. That's originally the account that I met you on. But it was like in passing. We didn't really have a conversation even. But I've gotten to know you lately, and it's been interesting. I'm gonna say that. Probably because Ember and I are generally attached at the hip. So, you know, Bane's just always there, and he's so much fun to be around. Actually, I've gotten to know him, and he's a really great guy. So I'm excited. I've made 2 amazing friends through this. So
Yay.
yay! uh, so one of the things I like to ask the football players, just in case there's anyone new watching and they're wondering about this, what was the most challenging part of getting started in football?
The most challenging part, I guess, in terms of football, like mechanic wise, I would say is learning the angle of if sorry, if you're going to be a receiver, it would be learning the angle at which the ball is coming in. It's a huge or a big important part of it. For those that don't know, there's quite a bit of timing and skill that goes into learning how to be a receiver in this league, as far as competing against another person and battling for the same ball. Kind of a quick like a not in-depth version of it would be, if anybody that's familiar with SL Combat, you want to avoid getting hit by the prim things flying at you. Whereas in the GFL, you want to run into the prim thing flying at you. But also, in the same arena, you have to make sure that you're running into that prim when it is at its highest point, to have the best opportunity to catch the ball and not, give up an interception. So there's a little bit of training and practice that kind of goes with that territory.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am, as much as I love football, I'm going to admit something here. I'm not really good with understanding all of the positions. So I, after even seeing you play so many times, I really don't even know what exact positions you play. So what do you do? Offense and defense, what do you do?
So on offense, I am a wide receiver, and then on defense, I'm part of the rush. So it's my job to go after the quarterback or the running back, whoever's got the ball.
Oh, very cool. So it's your job to take them down, right?
Yeah, effectively. Yeah, that is true.
So, did you play actually? I don't even know the answer to this. Did you play any football in real life, or is this just like, a thing that you've acquired a like for in SL?
Um, no, I didn't play any. Hmm? No, I didn't play any football in real life. I played ice hockey ever since I was a young man, and then I've played soccer and baseball. But we always had our high school coach who lived right behind us, who was our football coach, and he'd walk by and see me mowing the lawn. And every day I was mowing the lawn, he'd come out and he'd say, "Hey, so you're going to play football for me next season?" And I'd have to have the same conversation with him that, no, actually, I'm playing ice hockey. I'm a goalie for the team. I can't just give up that. And it was just a little jab at me, but that kind of spawned a little bit of like interest in football when I was younger to watch it. And I think just being part of any team sport kind of builds that camaraderie that is so important to stuff like this, and that's kind of what fueled it.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that. I know I played team sports when I was younger. I played basketball, I played softball, I did cheer, there's all kinds of stuff. But never football. I wasn't built for football. Um, so that didn't happen. But I can just imagine me playing football. That would be hilarious. I would just, I don't know. It makes me laugh just thinking about it. But, so do you play any other sports here in SL, or is it just football?
No, it's just football that I can think of off the top of my head. There's not really sports in SL is kind of a weird thing. I know that they had hockey for a little while. I'm pretty sure that has died recently, and I'm also aware that there is a like a 3 versus 3 basketball league that is kind of blooming, but basketball was never really my go-to. So, yep, it's just football right now.
Oh, well, maybe we need to check out this basketball thing once it's slurred. I've heard about that too and got to witness a little bit to do with that. I don't know how much they want out there, but uh, yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they get off the ground with that. So,
Cheerleaders. That's
what did you say?
I said, and do they need cheerleaders? That's the real question.
I mean, yeah, of course, that's the real question. That's the most important thing. I mean, they gotta have cheer, right? That's why some people watch the game. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
I don't,
that's
but yeah, it's really great when I'm talking and I cut my mic off. That's really helpful.
I was concerned that your internet was dying and we were gonna lose you. And then this would be a much more boring conversation. Way too domestic for screen time.
It is always a possibility with me. My internet is not the best, but so okay. I know that you are a gamer, Bane. I know that you do play games well. So while I know at least partially the answer to this, why don't you tell anyone watching what other games do you play?
Okay, I mean, I play a ton of different games, but lately it's been through work. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, unwillingly. Um, Rainbow Six Siege, Counter Strike, World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I mean, we could be here for a long time. If there's a game out there, there's a good chance I've played it.
Well,
Yeah,
what's your favorite
Thief
type
is a
of
lot.
game?
Favorite type would uh, probably be like competitive team shooters. Tend to really draw me in. So like Counter Strike and Rainbow Six Siege. I enjoy the kind of tactical element of it and really finding a well-oiled team that can kind of learn each other's habits, and when you find those people, it makes playing that game that much more interesting and it means a little more. So it's kind of similar to the football program here. You find people that you enjoy playing with, and it can really like shape your experience. If those people are good and it's kind of like a quarterback and a receiver who learn each other's paths or where they're going to throw the ball. They can kind of predict each other's movements. It's that same feeling of like a unity or one mind.
Right. And I'm glad you made that transition over to football when you were talking about that because that was going to be a follow-up question of mine. So I know that you have a team that is full of friends of yours that from what I understand, you play other games with them. Am I correct?
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
So what made you guys decide to form the aliens? What made you decide that this is what we want to do?
Um, it kind of stemmed from two different places, at least for me. I'm not entirely sure where it stemmed for them. Um, for me, the two different places being after playing the previous season, I felt like I was kind of like me personally, I felt like it was an outcast on my team a little bit, only
Oh,
because we just didn't mesh the way I had hoped. And while I am thankful for all the minutes I played and I still had fun throughout the season, I really missed that kind of like that team feeling, right? That I was just kind of talking about. So wanting to play with my friends and then also them knowing that they can do it, knowing that they have the talent to make a good team because we're all, friends from teams in the past. I knew that was kind of the route I wanted to go. But the other the other point of that is we've been playing together through a lot of different sports games for a couple of years now, and Roblox has a pretty big football community, and which we had taken part in for a couple different seasons prior to this, and we were looking for a change and a new challenge, and the GFL kind of presented us with one.
awesome. Well, so I kind of have to ask this next question, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but we always talk about it's the hot seat, right, Ember? Um, so
Yes.
so it's time to ask this question. And I'm gonna say something before I ask it. First of all, this is kind of a bittersweet thing with you because I was glad that you started a team. Like, I love seeing the growth and everything, but I did ask you to be on my team. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. Um, I did ask you to be on my team. So I had to be a little bitter Betty about that for a second. But what do you think your chances are of going all the way with this team? What are the aliens going to take it all? What's your prediction?
Uh, Complete honest truth. I think
Yes.
that we are going to abduct the GFL trophy and take it back with us, conquering this league. No, in all seriousness, I I feel like there's there are players in this league that are really skilled, hands down. They have the talent to fight for the ball. I think where my team is at currently, I don't think we foresee any problems going forward. We're extremely confident in our ability to play against anybody here. Personally, I feel like I feel like that any team out there doesn't stand a chance against us when we're all together and firing on all cylinders.
All right. You heard it here, folks. Bane has predicted in a roundabout way that
Uh-huh.
the aliens are going to abduct the trophy and take it back to their world. I guess
Trying to
we'll
be
have to wait and
diplomatic
see.
about it.
Right? He tried very hard. I love that he just skated all around that and was just like, I'm trying to say things without insulting people.
Pretty much.
I love it.
That's,
I love it, Bane.
that is unique, by the way, because normally he does not care about anyone else's feelings and will just say what he thinks.
You
So we
know,
got a special side of him. That was a treat.
I that was a treat, and I have to say, I think he is being respectful to me in a way. Because I do own another team and we are rivals, and he's not trying to insult the host of the show or anything. But go Wraiths! Woohoo! So, uh, so
Listen,
yeah,
I'm
I
between
do.
a rock
There's
and a
a lot
hard
of
place
talent.
right now.
Exactly. I know it's tough for you, and
It's
I
very
know
tough.
I know that you cheer for him and his team, and that's where your loyalties lie. But I also know that, you have a special place for my team too, because it's me.
I do. Yes, because it's you. You hear that, Wraiths? Only because it's Allie. Otherwise, I wouldn't be cheering for y'all, okay? I'm just saying. Because of this lady right next to me.
Well, I know I enjoy cheering for all the teams. We all get to take turns cheering for the different teams.
It's fun.
Yeah. So, Bane, let's wrap this up with you. What would you say to anyone? What advice would you give to anyone that is looking to possibly join the GFL and play football?
I mean, it really just starts with an IM. No one should be second guessing their ability to play. There is a position for you, and there's new teams that we're trying to get signed up in the GFL that are always looking for players. Doesn't matter what your skill level is, doesn't matter if you feel like you can't cut it. The only thing I will say is come with an open mind, come with a thick skin, because inside any team environment, you are going to have people be critical, and that's something that's I think we lack currently is that thick skin. But we're welcome to teach anybody and anybody. But it all starts with an IM in that kind of drive. So.
Well, I would agree. Yeah, that's the first step. You got to reach out. You got to show that you're interested. Um, I know you're planning to teach at least one or two, maybe more people some things. So I know that you would be open to anyone reaching out to you. And again, if you have questions, reach out to Ember or myself or Psych, and we can get you in touch with anyone else. So, Bane, thank you. Thank you very much for being on the show. I appreciate it. I know Ember appreciates it too.
I do.
Yes, we loved having you. We thank you for being the wonderful cameraman that you are.
Don't worry, I'll just take those IOU cards right off the table right now.
I'm sure you will.
Oh my god.
All right. So before we go, I wanted to say a couple of things. Thank you to our sponsors. I know we started out talking about some sponsors and we will feature some more, but thank you to all of you for what you do. The sponsorship in the league, you're helping us get the league moving in a newer and more positive direction. We're working on getting that new field, #NewFieldFund. And we want to get that experience there for our players, to just make it a better and more enjoyable thing, not have the problems that they currently have with this field. So thank you for your interest and for being a part of this with us. And thank you again to Bane for filming, and to Ember, my co-host. I'm glad we get to do this together, girl.
Me too. This is way more fun than I initially thought it was going to be. So every week when we get together and do this, I'm more and more pleasantly surprised. And that is a huge testament too to everyone who has participated thus far on the show, because I really thought most everyone was going to come up here and just choke and not really know what to talk about. And I'm having a blast, and I could not imagine hosting this with anybody else.
Yeah.
So
I agree. This has just been tons of fun. Remember, if you are in the league currently as player, cheerleader, sponsor, we are still looking for people to be on the show. And like I said, we are working on a special show that will hopefully be in about 2 weeks. Stay tuned for that information. I know we keep giggling about it, but it's going to be entertaining. I promise you will not want to miss it. But anyone interested in being on the show, please reach out to us. We would love to have you. No matter what team you're on, no matter what you do in the league, we want to talk to you. So I guess I guess it's that time to wrap it up, Ember. Sad face.
I know. I guess really one of the only things left that I have to say is just if you are out there watching, please don't forget to hit that like button, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, because I know we're streaming to both. Make sure you share it with people. Get the word out that we're doing this show. So if it's someone who is interested perhaps in the GFL but doesn't actually want to watch the football games, this is like the next best thing. So get the word out about our show. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. That way you'll know everything that we are doing in the GFL, whether it's game night, something with the cheerleaders, or our show.
Yes, absolutely. All right. I guess it's time to
Oh
sign
wait,
off, Ember. Oh,
before we
no.
sign off, you are always shouting out your family, and for once, I actually have someone to shout out, so I'm going to do
Yay!
that. I have to shout out my bestie, Audrey, who is in the audience tonight,
Aw,
because
yeah.
I love her sweet little face. Um, she came to our cheer camp, and we had like a Disney character night, and she and I both showed up as Maleficent. And so from that point on, I knew that we were going to be best friends forever. So shout out to Audrey. I love you. My life is so much better with you in it. And I am so glad that you're here. So that's all I have.
Yes, shout out to all the audience. Thank you for being here tonight. Um, and to all of you watching in all the other places, thank you. I'll just echo what she said. Share it. Get the word out there. We want to grow this audience. We want to talk to more people. We want to do more things. So let's share it. Let's get it out in the world. And I'm just going to say goodnight, everyone.
Good night.